Hey guys, what is going on? It is a very, very exciting day to be a Call of Duty fan. As you can see in the top right here, we did have CODNEXT very, very recently, and this was basically a big old live stream which they did invite a bunch of content creators to. I think my ticket and my invite must have got lost in the mail somewhere, but it went for 5 hours and there was a lot of information to cover. We might end up making a couple of videos on it over the coming days on information that we do see there. But to start us off here, we are reacting to the brand new Modern Warfare 2 Reveal trailer, as well as the Warzone 2. There's a little bit of Warzone 2 stuff in this from what I have heard. This is very, very cool. I'm super excited about this. Just before we do get into it here, if you are very excited about all of the Modern Warfare 2 content coming very soon, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on. I do very much appreciate it, and it really does help me out. Of course, we do want to be moving towards 6,000 subscribers with the brand new game coming out, so if we could achieve that goal, that would be absolutely fantastic. So, without further ado, I'm just going to sit down, shut up, and we are going to watch this lovely trailer here, because I think there's some pretty interesting stuff here. And then afterwards, we will cut it up and we will take a look at things a little bit more closely.
We got intel reports of Hassan and the cartel forming terrorist cells all over the globe.
We've never seen activity on this scale before.
That's pretty.
They have an army.
Bit of swimming. Bit of swimming. Alright, he's getting him. That looked cool. This song's a banger, by the way. This song goes really hard.
Enemies above.
Yo, let's go, heartbeat sensor.
You're gonna be okay.
Bit of extraction stuff, I imagine. We saw that map. Little camera spike thing's pretty sweet. Got him. There's a lot of cool weapons in this, and again, we are going to go over this very closely here. It's like a border crossing, maybe? Yeah, border crossing. Oh, my man's got the javelin out. Got him. That's going to be a cool cutscene in the campaign, I think. Alright, what do we got here? Oh, Warzone 2, baby. Let's go. Ooh, big shipwreck thing. New shock stick looking thing. Oh, I cannot wait, dude. That's gonna be sick. Floating mines, really cool. Gunsmith 2, the gunsmith looks really cool. We should have made a video on that already, but we haven't done it. Third person mode? The ultimate weapon is team. The ultimate weapon is team really does get me going. I mean, it's just like, I know what they're going for. Like, you want to play as a team and that makes you the stronger weapon, but the ultimate weapon is team is not. That isn't a sentence, my brother. Yeah. Alrighty, so we are going to go through this trailer with a little bit more of a fine-tooth comb. There is a lot of stuff here. We don't really need to hear the sound, so we can just sort of mute that a little bit, and we'll just sort of watch this and we'll pause it on anything that we do think is interesting. Obviously, as you can see, this is going to go quite quickly, so we'll just try and pause it as best we can. There does seem to be a bunch of different weapons and stuff. This is obviously a Vector that's going to be in the game. Very high fire rate SMG style weapon that we've seen in a number of Call of Duties. The Chris Vector, very cool weapon. You can see the boats and the stuff, the floating mines that we did see earlier. It is nice that this is slowed down. Big, fat sniper here. This could be like a Barrett 50 cal intervention kind of thing. Again, these are probably just like M4 style weapons. We did see in the trailer for the gunsmith a little while ago that there is a lot of builds that you can make with a lot of weapons in this game. They basically function as like a sort of platform, a build, and then you can sort of build the rest of the weapon around it, and it is very, very in-depth and is very, very cool. So moving on here, it does go a little nice and slowly here. Again, we are of course expecting like this classic Model 680 pump style shotgun. Again, I'm not massively into gun names and stuff like that, so if I am wrong or I do mispronounce or say something wrong, just correct me in the comments, that's fine. Be like a little bit, another probably M4-y kind of build on the left-hand side here again with weapons. Not 100% sure of these things. This could potentially be another map that we did see there. This is very likely to be a map, probably Breenberg. I believe the 13 is like a hotel kind of thing with the big fire truck. Does look, the game looks really, really good. Like looking at these screenshots, especially the fire truck, I don't know why, but the fire truck really got me. Like it's shiny, it looks very clean, all the writing's like neat and tidy, everything looks really, really good here. So moving on, as we can see, this is obviously going to be another either map in the multiplayer, probably this style bit here, maybe a bit on the bridge, maybe across the bridge. This could be a ground war thing, which I have seen a little bit of information about, but it does look very, very pretty, man. Again, that is a SCAR there, I believe, and I'm not 100% sure of what the weapon in the back there. Again, it could be very similar to like the M4 builds or a SCAR build that we have seen previously, but I'm pretty confident that that one there is a SCAR. Again, a little bit of a look here. This is obviously going to be part of the Warzone 2 map again as well. Again, we do have like the mountainy top. There's usually a mountain in the Battle Royale style games just because they're always a popular place to land. But as you can see, there's a lot of conflict across this area. You got your tanks, you got your helicopters and so on. Does look very, very cool. Big old helicopter here. He's parachuting in. Swimming, again, very, very important. I have seen videos on Twitter that in the current build that they were playing at the next event, basically the swimming was a little bit janky. You couldn't fire your main primary gun underwater, but in the rest of the trailer, you can see that when you do get to the top of the water, you can sort of peek over and shoot some bullets from the top of the water, which could be a little toxic here. Like you see, he does get to the top of the water, the gun does come out, and I'm sure you'll be able to fire from this position, but you won't be able to fire from in the water with your primary. You might be able to do it with your pistol just for gameplay purposes, so you actually can kill people who are underwater, but again, you won't be able to fire your primary while you are under. But again, that could be subject to change. Again, another sort of like honey badger kind of M4-y build. Again, not big on weapons, so feel free to correct me in the comments. My man rushing in there with the old knife and getting a couple of kills there. Of course, a very, very cool thing. Might have missed a little bit of a gun there if we could pause it at the right time. That's an MP5. We do like the MP5, man. I hope it's not as busted as it was in Modern Warfare for the entirety of the game's lifespan. But if it is, I'm okay with that because it was a lot of fun to use. I'm not 100% sure what this guy has. It could be something that we've seen before. It might be something a little different. Again, that was probably a SCAR that just ran past. This is, I'm not 100% sure of this actually. This could just be like a regular assault rifle with the boxy style mag. Again, we did see in the Gunsmith trailer the other day that you can mix and match a lot of different attachment with these things, especially the receiver, which can turn an assault rifle into an LMG, an SMG, that kind of thing. So this could be something like that with the big fat box mag. Now, something that I am very, very interested in is this scene right here. Let me slow it down. Let me take the playback speed just a half, just so we can show you here. Again, you see the guns running past, but this is what I'm interested in here. Not the guy with the LMG, the guy with the sniper, and he sort of walks into the room and he pulls out his pistol. You know the old adage of switching to your pistol is faster than reloading. Well, this takes us to another level. It's obviously going to be faster to not have to switch at all. You just pull out the sidearm with a separate control, I imagine, probably a separate keybind or something like that, and you pull out the pistol and you maybe blind fire it, maybe you're super accurate with it. It's hard to say just from this clip. And then he goes on to hit a very, very nasty shot on this guy here. Absolutely nails him. I'm super, super excited about this, but that is a very, very cool feature. Let's watch it again. Let's watch him again because this is really, really cool, dude. So he runs in the room and he's like, oh, well, I'm not going to hit him with the sniper. You could potentially get the aim down sight speed fast enough where you can get the quick scope on him. But again, just easy to pull out the pistol over the top of the gun and just blast him away. Does appear to be some kind of hip fire kind of thing, so it might not be super accurate, but keep that in mind here. It does look very, very cool. See some kind of Juggernaut style kill streak. I'm guessing this is pretty common in most Call of Duty games these days. This is likely to be one of the more powerful kill streaks in the game. You can see the dolphin dive hit there. You can see him like chuck himself on the ground. That is going to be coming back into this game. Again, we do probably see an M4 build here again, and then we see the Vector in the background as well. Moving on here, we do see some kind of like extraction style game mode, which does appear to be something that we have seen before. That was an M16, I believe. Yeah, my man's got the M16, which again, I believe is a like M4 platform, I think, off the top of my head. I think I saw that somewhere. Again, the Vector just running around there. Heartbeat sensor, baby. Let's go. I don't know why I'm super keen for this. This is going to enable you to sort of like really locate people very easily. It does rat out campers, which is very, very important. A lot of people did camp and just sort of sit in the same position in Modern Warfare. And if you got the heartbeat sensor, baby, you're going to know exactly where they are and you're going to be able to kill them super, super easily. It does seem to be quite quick. That's interesting. That kind of charge thing, you chuck it on a roof and it does explode over the top. That's something that we have sort of seen from maybe like Rainbow Six Siege. If you're familiar with something like Fuse's old school stuff, you did plant the charge on like a destructible barrier and then it did shoot grenades into it. That's sort of a little bit similar to that, so that's going to be quite powerful, I believe. Moving on a little bit further here, you see a throwing knife, pretty standard stuff. And then again, you do extract the hostage. This, I believe, is going to be part of some kind of separate game mode. This is the Farm 18? Farm 18, Farm 13 map that we did see get made a little while ago. We did make a video on that. But this is super, super cool. I love this. Again, a big fatty sniper looking sweet. Little camera spike thing that we're not super interested in. Honestly, I can't see that being super useful, the old camera spike. Maybe if you're playing like Warzone or something like that, Warzone 2, it might come up. Again, another like M4 kind of build, I believe. We do see my man with the big fat revolver here, so that's coming back. I'm so keen to get the snake shot back in that bad boy. If that's real, I'm going to be so excited because that was busted in Modern Warfare. Again, it's a little tricky to see exactly what weapons these guys are using. I can't really tell. Obviously, that shotgun's very recognizable with the green little iron sight tip thing. This does appear to be some kind of border crossing from the United States into Mexico, I'm guessing, just based on the language here. Again, I'm not 100% sure, but that does seem quite likely. This does look very pretty as well. I could see this being a multiplayer map. It's a little bit cluttered for that, I think, maybe. Big old javelin kind of thing locking onto the plane, which is very, very cool. I believe this is probably going to be more of like a campaign mission style thing with the cutscene of the plane exploding and stuff, so that could be fairly interesting as well. Then moving on to the Warzone 2.0 part of this trailer, we do see them dropping in, boys. We do get a little bit of a look at the new map. Again, we can see, I think there's actually the map out there on Twitter as far as I have seen. If you do want to go check that out, I believe it's on like Charlie Intel and the other news sites for Call of Duty. Big shipwreck style thing, sort of like a little bit of a village kind of town. I imagine most of this stuff is going to be available in kind of the ground war style mode in Modern Warfare 2, just like it was in the original game with like the full Warzone map was like split up into parts for ground war in that game as well. A lot of people dropping in. That actually appears to be a squad of 6. So that could be interesting. I'm not 100% sure where they're going with that. It could be 2 squads. It could be a squad of 6. But again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could see squads of 5s in this game. It could be fairly interesting. I think you can only do 4 in regular Warzone. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. New shock chargey kind of thing. I love this little guy, dude. How cool is this? That is sick. Again, kind of like your M4 kind of buildy thing that we have seen previously, I believe. Got the boats with the floating mines, really cool. I like the floating mine again. This is probably not going to be something that comes up too often, but again, a nice little addition to the game there. The map does look really, really pretty as well. As you can see, this is the gunsmith. We haven't actually talked about this yet, but it is a lot of detail in this thing, and there's a lot of cool things that actually did come out about this. Essentially, if you do unlock an attachment and it does get shared by another weapon, you actually have that attachment already unlocked for that new weapon. It's very, very cool. And of course, as I mentioned, there's like the different receivers and the different platforms that you can make. So you can make your M4s, and then it branches off into like an LMG or SMG style stuff, and even like an M16 kind of thing. There's not going to be too much stuff that realistically we can get out of that. Third person mode in Warzone is interesting. Minimap is a square, which does look quite cool. Big old arrows on that bad boy. And this map looks really, really good, dude. I really like this map. Red dots on the sort of compass kind of thing, which is sweet. We've got some kill streaks kind of thing. We've got the shotgun. The UI does look very, very clean. Again, the L1R1 for some kind of like, what is it going to be? The field upgrade kind of thing, which I remember seeing Dead Silence was a field upgrade, I believe, which is, make it a perk, but whatever. Not too big of a deal for me. Not 100% sure what weapon he was shooting underwater. See if we can get a better shot at that. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. I feel like I know what weapon that is. Big old tank drops. Is that an MP7? It could be. Could be an MP7. That actually looks like you can fire your primary weapon underwater. Maybe whatever I saw on Twitter was wrong. Or it's a sidearm? Could be a sidearm. That's interesting, something to keep in mind. But we are seeing quite a lot of detail on this map. It does appear to be kind of similar style. So again, I imagine this is going to be like parts of the Warzone 2 map, which I think is pretty cool. Moving on a little bit further. That's pretty much it there, boys. That is, of course, the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer and Warzone 2 reveal trailer. Broken down a little bit. If you did think we did miss anything, make sure you do let me know in the comments. If you do want to stay up to date with all of the Modern Warfare 2 content. Sadly, I didn't get invited to CODNEXT, of course. I think my invite might have got lost in the mail or something like that. But again, if you do want to stay up to date with all of the Modern Warfare 2 content, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on. I do very much appreciate it, and it really does help me out. And again, we are moving towards 6,000 subscribers, and we'd love to get there with the new game. So if you could help me out, that'd be fantastic. And again, hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye!